All right, so here are your directions for how to add like a Hangout classroom. You really just create a classroom like you do any of the other ones. Ignore that I have 4 classes over here. I've just been playing around with this, so don't freak out if you don't have new classes. All you do is you come over here to the left side of the screen, you click on your name, come down here where it says create new class. I named mine Hangout just so parents could distinguish the difference, but I'm just going to put in random things. Choose whatever grade level you want, green check mark. And then the difference is when I go into my random class over here, I come up to my wrench and I click on that and I scroll down. And one of the biggest differences that you are going to do is in student sign-in mode, you're going to click that and you are actually going to choose email and Google. And what that does is it allows us to have a class code that will last for an entire week. They won't actually be logging in with an email or with a Google account. The only reason it just allows the class code to stay open. Where everybody has already logged in with their own individual learning code, they wouldn't have to log in then with an email or Google. But it's like the only glitch that I have found that kind of allows us to help them sign in easily without having to create a whole nother account or email out another QR code or anything like that. So I'm going to confirm my change. So that setting is changed. I'm going to go back here and then I'm going to come down and make sure students can see each other's work because for me, like that's the entire purpose of them being able to do it. So I can close out of here. And how I get my code to let the parents know is I would come down here where it says students at the bottom and I would click on that. It says, do you want students to sign in to Seesaw using their Google account or email address? We're going to say yes, because that's what's going to give us this code that won't expire in an hour. And that's how you get that. So what I did was then I copied this and I put it somewhere I won't forget it. And I personally did like a little video where I had logged in under a student and I walked them through the steps to add a class. Now the one biggest difference is I haven't figured out how to have them join a class from the laptop, but whenever they're on an iPad, it'll just have like a little button at the top that says join class, and then they enter that code, and once they're in for good. So you might run into some trouble with kids not being able to join the class because they're accessing from a laptop. I haven't figured out what to do with that yet, so if you figure it out, let me know. But that is how I go about setting it up and copying the code. And then in my video, I just explained to parents like how I would utilize Hangout and help them really understand that this is public and that the kids will be able to see what each other post. And it's also going to be where I do any extra assignments or activities for students, as well as I'm going to post like the Blockboard there. That way I have my homeroom class, which is everything that's required, and then I have my Hangout class, which is just kind of everything extra. So like if your kid's being annoying and you want them to do something, you can say, hey, go click on your Hangout and see if there's any extra activities in there. So that is how you would do that.